All right, we're going to continue where we left off. It is day 3. Call comp. Okay, so once again, let's see where we got up to, listen through it, and go from there. I like this intro. Throughout yesterday, I didn't work on this since the morning, but there were thoughts that I had about how to develop the fast section, so we might do that today. I finished this one first. This needs to change. 28. Oh, 28. That's a clear copy. Okay. We'll pause it there for now. And we'll check the very ending. Okay, cool, that's a starting point. Now, I think I want to start on this middle section today, because I've got some kind of concrete ideas for this, whereas this earlier bit I haven't really thought through yet. So let's start with this. Now, I want to change the meter. I think currently, especially with the quavers here, it's a little rigid. So I think I will modify this section, but let's start from here. I think the meter is a little too regular. When I picture the fires crossing the plane, yes, it's fast, yes, it's chaotic, but it probably isn't regular, so I think I might want to change up the rhythms a bit. I also imagine putting in ideas like trees falling, creating a bit of chaos. I'm imagining some lower cluster chords perhaps, as well as movements in different directions instead of just kind of what's happening right now, which is quite regular. So I want to develop this and make it more chaotic. This is still pretty orderly. I like this section though. Okay, I think this is the point to change things up. I'm thinking of a 6/8/3/4 rhythm to change it to. In a way, it's 12/8, isn't it? 12/8. Yeah, I think it's a 12/8 rhythm. So, I mean, we were tossing up between writing it in 12/8 or 4/4 last time. I think this is where we will change it to 12/8 to suit the slightly, it's not really swung rhythm, but the galloping rhythm. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So I want to change this to 12/8. Time signature 12/8. And we will need to have a, let's delete that for now, and put a 4/4 back here. that looks about right. Cool. Okay. So I wonder what the speed is currently. It is 48. A minute. Let's leave speed out of it for now. Though, no, it's important because we don't want it to sound like it's slower. We want it to sound like it's faster. So let's do some maths. It was 48, which means it was 96. So 96 BPM currently. We want it to have 6 beats, so 6 faster beats. So it should be what? 128, I guess? Possibly. Let's try 128 BPM. Let's see what happens at this point. So it's minimum. No, crotchet. No, dotted crotchet equals 128. Okay. Okay. The idea I've got in my mind is A flat and C to a G. This ostinato. See how many we can fit in a bar. That's not quite right. Maybe it's using. Maybe the conversion's not quite right. Let's try this. Let's try this figure. With some dotted booms. There we go. Okay, let's see if this conversion works. I'm not sure. I'm really bad at maths. Not quite what I wanted. So it would be the original double time version. And this is more flickery, which is what I like about this figure. Okay, let's try this for now. Oops. Let's try this. Wait, if I just leave it at dotted crotchet equals 96 instead of a crotchet equals 96, maybe that's all I need to do. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, cool. Save that. I'm just going to save a copy. This is day 3 now. Day 3 starting. Cool. And once again, it just puts a backup into the into what I've got. Cool. Okay. So we want this to be more fiery. Now, what I like about this figure is you accent the minor second a little more. It outlines it a bit more. Okay, I think what I'm going to do at this point is make it more grand. You know what this reminds me of? There's a piece, as a composer, you'll always find that your output, what you write, is similar to what you listen to. So there's a piece by Muse, I think it's 2006-ish, Knights of Sidonia. It's got a galloping figure. It's a catchy piece. It's one of the first rock songs that, well, the long story is back in it'd be like '07 or '08 or '09. I don't remember which year, but I got into rock music for the first time. I remember throughout my high school days, I didn't really listen to rock music at all. Just wasn't my thing. Only what
Do you want to
what my
master
brother had.
machine learning and skyrocket your career?
Apologies for that. That's never fun having ads. All right, let's change to a different tab until the ad runs out, and we'll check this one out. Here it is. So anyway, the story is back then it was the first, I suppose, wave of rock band Guitar Hero kind of games. Came out about 05-06. I got my hands onto it about 08-09, and that was when I got into rock music. So this is a cool song. This is by Muse. I'm pretty sure it's got this cowboy kind of vibe to it. But here's the triplet section, which I love. Anyway, so that's another piece that I love, that I like during my whoa. Let's hold off on all my private stuff. Let's get back into this. Okay. So this rings a bell. It sounds a bit like it because it's got the triplet figure. I want to make it more galloping. This is where I suppose the fire changes from a dart to a gallop. It gets more intense. This is a galloping figure. So when you want to picture a horse or something, you can get some of these. Of course, Schubert in the Earl King did the horse in a similar galloping style. It's nice to try to depict that kind of idea so that the listener feels the panic, the rapidness of the gallop. Anyway, let's get back into it. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with a duplet here. Duplet's shortcut, I think, is Control 2. Yep. 2 for the number of notes within that group. So right now there's one dotted crotchet. If you want to split that into 2s, you press Control 2. If you want to split it into 4s, you press Control 4, and so on. Or Command on the Mac, I believe. Let's try this. So once again, I'm trying to get a galloping figure. Let's go into quavers. Oops, quavers. Okay, let's do that as a melodic idea for now. Alt gives you intervals, so I just added some octaves there. That's kind of cute. I like that. This is much more bold, isn't it? So it's certainly building up, where the melody is not jumping back and forth, but it's consolidated in a bass line. I'm imagining trombones, brass, a lower brass kind of sound here. So let's add some dynamics as well. Maybe con forza with force in Italian. Now I know that MuseScore does not play out these markings. I mean, they play out fortes, but in my head, when I imagine the music, this is the sound. I'm imagining a trombone or tuba or a French horn doubling at the bottom with a forceful sound. So that's why I've got the Italian word here. That's kind of cool. Okay. let's go with, is it possible at all? I'm thinking of doing something really difficult, but once again, sometimes it's not about writing difficult stuff. Let's do it in chords. I think that's possible. Let's go out of, whoops. Okay. Let's drop it down a note. I will change it. This is just to get the big picture. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so if we change this into a D flat chord, D flat. Whoops, no. That could work. Let's try that. Okay. Now, if you want things to sound diatonic within the key, you kind of just need to adjust things so that there's no sharps and flats. It's going to sound like it's in the key. So even though I've copy and pasted it, I will change it down later on, because it's not really what I want, but I'm just getting an idea of how the right hand line might sound. I want to develop it further, but if you adjust it like what I did so that all the flats and sharps disappear, then it should sound like it's in the key of F minor that I've got 4 flats. Let's hear the bigger picture. We'll go back 4 bars up here. Okay, I really think it needs to head somewhere else. I don't like the progression. I'm going to do something more adventurous. So it can start in F minor, that's fine, but I don't like heading down the hill anymore. It's just, it's overdone. It's a little boring. So I want to move to a B flat major chord, maybe on the 3rd bar, which is the major 4th, adding a bit of spice there, or a bit of brightness to it. And as it builds up, the next iteration, the next 4 bars, I'm planning to change it so that, I think I'm just gonna, oops, okay, let's try this. Change this to a B flat chord. That's low. Oh, whoops. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so this I've changed into a B flat sound. That's E flat. A flats don't belong in B flat. Let's go up there. Let's hear what it sounds like. Okay, I want this to be more rapid. It's building up, so I've started using a single dotted crotchet followed by duples, triples, duplets, and then the standard, quavers there, 3 notes to a group. I think I'm going to start adding 4s and 5s in here to build it up even more, which are quadruplets, quintuplets, that's what they're called. Let's try that. Whoa. Okay, let's gather more momentum on this figure. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it. All right, here's what I'm imagining. So instead of just that, let's go duplets here. And it's going to ride up to an F so that it's already ahead of the game. It's already a bit faster. Let's move into triplets here. There you go. Yeah, we're going to break off into quadruplets at the end here. That's the big picture. But let's work out a melody first, a bass melody. Cool. Let's go up the arpeggio for now. F, B flat. Oops, this needs to be a da 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 da. Whoops. Ba da ba. And my aim is to head to what chord? Traditionally, it goes down to a C, but I don't want it to be traditional. I want it to be different. So we've got F minor, E flat, B flat 7, B flat 7. Do da da da. Do 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 do. That would be a G. B flat. So it's got F. F, E flat, B flat, G. Yeah, let's go to G. Let's go to G. And then we can do a key change up a fifth to C minor after that. Let's try that. Because this is kind of the developing section. It's the middle bit where you can go a bit crazy before it settles. So we'll go. That's still within range. Okay, let's try this figure. We'll add an octave to everything. Once again, Alt 8 is the shortcut. Whoops. Don't want the double. Okay, let's try that. Don't like that jump. Ah, that's right. This was meant to be a quintuple. Whatever that's called. A quadruple. Quadruplet. That's the one. There we go. Control 4. Is what we want. We want to go from this note to this. Let's go down the arpeggio for now. That's safe. B flat. A flat. There we go. That's cool. Okay, let's stick with this figure, but I wanna crank it up even more now. You know what else is happening right now? I'm this year I've been aiming to learn Chopin's Opus 10 Etudes. There's a set of 12, but I've been listening to it a lot, and so I draw a bit of inspiration from that as well. Virtuosic piano playing and all that. There's one which is in book 2, so Opus 25. I think it's number 5. No, somewhere in the middle. It's either 5 or 7 or something, and it's got a crazy left-hand bit which it starts slow and it gets faster and faster and faster. So I guess I draw some of my inspiration from there. I'll write that down as well. Chopin Etude Opus 25, number, I don't know, 7, let's say. Crazy left-hand flourishes. So yeah, it's interesting identifying where you get your inspirations from. Okay. The right hand can be very similar. This chord is almost a G7. Is it already a G7? I think it is. I mean, right now I've got a flattened A flat, which makes it a G7 flat 9, I think. But it is a G7 chord. Okay, let's continue the flourish. Okay, it will be too hard to continue the double octaves, I think. Maybe the first chord can be an octave. And then we're going to start some left hand flourishes. Let's start with 4 notes in this one. Oops. 5s there. And then we'll sort it out. This is very Chopin-esque. He's got, like, 13 notes to a beat and stuff like that. We can try that. That might be fun. B. B. Oops. Let's go here. Boom. Okay. Hard to know how to divide it. Let's get rid of this. Let's do this in sixths, in semis. And we want a flourish to end on C. So our destination here, it doesn't really matter what the notes are, as long as it ends there. Okay, so over here, let's think of a pattern to head to that note. Da 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 da. Let's chuck an 8 in here. Let's go in 8s. No, I don't like this ending. I want something more dramatic. Let's get it into like 10 notes, eh? Let's try 10. Might be impossible to play, which is a problem. We'll check it out. How do I do a 10 toplet? Decatuplet, whatever that's called. Got an octuplet. Ooh. Other. I don't know how to use this ratio. Number. What is ratio 3 to 2? Let's just try 10 to 2. See what happens. Boom. What on earth just happened? I'm so scared. Let's undo that. That looks like it got somewhere, but ratio just 2 to 2. Wait, 10. There we go, 10 on 3. I think that looks about right. Okay, so let's get up. Let's just try spamming some notes and see where we go. G. I'm gonna try that again. 10 on 6, because I'm cramming 10 semiquavers into 6 semiquavers worth of time. 10 on 6, I think. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, so I've never used this function before, which is why that's what I want, I think. Yeah, so it's 10 notes in the space of 6 semiquaver notes. Just then I did 10 on 2, so it was 10 notes in the space of 2 dotted quavers, which isn't quite right. So this should be right. No. My flourish was too long. Da, 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 da. Okay, let's backtrack a bit. This is a G7-9 chord. G7's G, B, and D. Okay, let's go G, D, B. Da, 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 da. I'm just trying to make it end on C because that's my goal. Wait, I can just move everything up one note. That should be right. Let's try this. And of course, this part we'll put a poker written there or something, or a word which tells them that the time is a little freer. Stretto? Stretto means faster. What's pullback? I'm not sure. Let's do that. Let's close all my emails so you're not checking that out. Italian musical term pullback. Rubato? Pullback speed. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just not a... Maybe it's rubato. Let's just write rubato for now, for a lack of a better word. Save it and rubato. Certainly this part, it needs to slow down. I'm gonna hit the I call it the nail in the coffin when it's one of these really low notes. It really sounds like it's gone to the grave. Let's hear this section from 4 bars before that. Okay. And I think this general pattern can continue in this part. I think it will be nice if I do more 7 chords. Right now I'm imagining we've just introed a G7 flat 9. I think a C7 flat 9 to start would be nice. I want to move away from the minor key and start getting into things like there's a brightness to this. When things go on fire, there is a brightness. It's not just all doom and gloom. It's not when it settles and then it's anguished like back here. So I think it needs to have that brightness, which some of those 7 chords can offer. So I think this chord will be a C7 chord. Okay. Listen to it again. The right hand is a little repetitive. I'm imagining playing it for real. You always want to when you're composing. Imagine how players play it. Make sure it's possible. On the piano, it's like what fingers might you use to make it possible, and what it might sound like when you use different fingers, because that's all part of the composition. It's making sure that it's playable and you know what sound it's going to sound like when it's played in real life. I do hope to record this down the track as well. Okay, so what we might do is go half a bar of C minor and then C7, and then make it rise, because you know, we've hit the grave. We need the brightness coming out now. So let's jot down some of these thoughts in the fire spreading section. Want it to start in minor. Progression, devastation, but for brightness to grow using Dom 7th chords plus added dissonances. Now down the track, I do hope to do some polytonality as well. Is that what it's called? Polytonality? Yeah, two different keys at the same time. Kind of right hand, left hand, different keys to create some interesting chords. So we'll try that down the track. But this is certainly giving us more energy. It's getting more and more crazy, which is nice. Let's go back to this bar. Okay. Now this section's pretty quick. I'm just gonna check if I give it 4 bars more time, which I think I will be using, and then I want some chaotic bars here. Delete 2 bars. I want to see what my timing is like, because you always want to just be slightly aware of how long your piece is. Let's pull up the play panel as an estimate of how long this piece is. It's a 154, so we've kind of already maxed out how many ideas we can explore. Yeah, so it's always a good idea to be mindful of how many bars and how long each bar is going to take, so that you're always close to the 2-minute mark. You're never exceeding it. I know I've got some placeholders here because I do want a few more bars here in this section and a few in the next section, but we're pretty close already in terms of time. Okay, let's hear that middle section. I want to hear if the general direction is heading all right. Is my play panel gone? Okay, I think that galloping fire idea might go even more if there's any way of making it more. I reckon I'm going to start introducing a tremolo idea in here. Oh my goodness, that's a nightmare. A single hand tremolo is not fun. It's just really hard to execute on the piano. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Let's try an idea. I know the hard thing about my composition process is I don't have a piano right next to me right now, so it's hard to demo it, but here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking half a bar of single hand tremolo followed by a double hand tremolo. I'm not sure if it's going to work. Let's see how we got there. Dum, 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 dun, 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 dum. Tremolo, flourish, boom. Boom. Okay, first thing I want to do is plan out the chord progression. So I want to start in C7. We need to know where to end. I think it wants to end in chaos. So really just breaking down. I'm imagining some flourishes down because it's almost like trees falling down, buildings, walls falling down and all that. In fact, interesting story, just over the weekend, was it the weekend? No, last week, first week of the holidays, we went to, just on a little day trip, we went up to Penrith, and there's a little museum of fire. It's really interesting. It's about the history of firefighting in New South Wales. And there were, some recounts of some of the big fires that have happened before. Not really bushfires. I mean, they talk about that as well, but sometimes just in the city, a building explodes and the whole building collapses and stuff like that. There's stories about that. There's actually one happened up in Hornsby where I used to live as well, and it's interesting knowing of that and seeing the footage of what they had back in the 70s and all that. So seeing buildings fall down is very scary, very confronting. So are seeing trees fall down right in front of you in a fire. I haven't seen it personally, but seen footage of it, and that's kind of what I'm trying to convey here. Things falling down, descending into chaos, people panicking. It's all red, it's all hot. That's what we're looking for. So, having set such a high bar, let's see what we can do. C7 chord. What if we do a two-hand arpeggio downwards? A bit like Petrushka, perhaps? I'm just going to give you a demo. I think we downloaded Petrushka the other day. Nope. Oh, we didn't. Okay. I thought we did. I'm just going to have a look. Might be this one. Yeah, that was yesterday's. Yep. So I love this piece. This is Petrushka. It's got 3 movements. It's from a ballet from Stravinsky, written about 100 years ago. Now, the middle movement I actually learnt when I was in year 12 for my con audition, and there are some really interesting examples of polytonality in here. See if we can find it. Oh, that's the last movement already. Here's an example. So the heck is going on here? This is insane. Here it is. So there we go. In this section here, you've got a G major, C major thing at the top, and you've got some F sharp major stuff at the bottom, and it creates a very, very dissonant thing. They're in tritones. So all these intervals, a lot of them are in tritones, super confronting, super fierce sound. This whole section, you can see it's G at the top, F sharp at the bottom, minor second stacked chords. And it's quite a confronting tone. This one is about the character Petrushka kind of crying in her bedroom, because she got banished or something like that. I've forgotten the story, but there's some Furiosos happening with crazy chord with a C major-ish sound at the top. Also polytonal because there's a bunch of sharps. I think that's an F sharp major chord-ish with an added C in there for and E. So in fact that's yeah, that's a polytonal chord. Yeah, so I think I'm going to draw from this kind of idea. See what else there is. Ooh. This is crazy stuff. Anyway, I'm just enjoying myself too much. Let's get back to the comp. So if I were to do polytonality, it's one hand is going to be a C7 chord, the other one needs to be something spicy. Probably a black note chord, like an E flat major or an F sharp, I reckon. Let's try that. Okay, I changed my idea. I think I need to free up the left hand, so the left hand can't be doing octaves all day. Let's change it so that it's back to normal C, G, and E, natural, with octaves built on that. Okay, and the right hand is going to smash out a C7 chord. Boom. Now something more spicy. Diminished. Let's try different chords. Let's go. That's your standard. J is enharmonic equivalent. Okay, some F sharps actually could work. Let's get our C. Wait a minute, what am I doing? Okay, let's try this chord. Ooh, I just don't know what I'm doing. It's very confusing. Let's just try it though. A flat, sorry, A sharp, C sharp, and A sharp, built a third on top, which is a C sharp, and built a third on top, which is an F sharp. With a G, C, built a fourth and a third. Let's try these chords. What does this tremolo sound like? Whether it's possible to play, but da, 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 da. That's Fury. That is some Fury chord. I guess why it works is, remember the harmony is C7, so it's a C major chord with a B flat. I've actually inserted an A sharp here, which is kind of the B flat equivalent in this chord, and it's got some Fury minor seconds. There's a major second at the top, but maybe that's why it works. There's still the outline of the C7 chord here when there's the polytonality happening. So let's do this. This looks fun. This certainly looks fun. Maybe a double arpeggio going downhill. So this one. I might need the help of my other section. Just going to copy that so that the notation here is simplified. There it is. Okay. Oh my goodness, things are jumping around. It's killing me. Especially because there's only 10 minutes left. Okay. What was my idea again? It was an A sharp. Whoops. Okay. A sharp. C sharp. And an F sharp. You can add extra spice to it, hey? Let's start with a 3-note chord, and if it's possible, we might add an extra note in there. You know what I'm going to do at this point? I'm just going to remove the key signature for now, or maybe permanently, just because it's not fun. Wait, I don't want that. I want no, I do. These are all sharps. Ah. Because the C and C sharp alternate. Okay, anyway, let's do that. And how did we change the beams? I think it was getting rid of the beaming on the rest. There we go. That's cool. That's a cool chord. Okay, where are we going to head now? Slow it down. It's way too fast. Okay, tempo. Let's hear it at 80. Okay, let's do a descending arpeggio. Let's do a descending arpeggio. So, right hand can be A sharp. We'll keep heading down. F sharp, C sharp. Digga. Kind of idea. These guys can flick down a stave. How's that? Okay, so digga. Da-da. I want some clashing sounds, so I'm gonna go. I hate it when things move around so much. I'm just gonna expand this to a one beat a bar, one bar a line, so that it doesn't run around a bit. Okay, 6 minutes. Let's go. Start with an E. I don't know what just happened. This is looking bad. Oh my goodness. X for You can do it. Okay. This is bad. This is bad. Okay. Let's draw the last one on the bottom stave because it looks too bad. Far out. Things are moving around. It's frustrating. Okay. Dotted, and we're starting here, I think. Nope, we're starting here with a C. G, E, C, G, C. Lower stem. That looks a bit better. Sounds a little ordered. I want it to churn out this last figure faster. So, can I control 8 it here? No, I can't. This is a short answer. Okay. Let's redo this. Dotted, control 8. It's out of control right now. A sharp, drop it down. Oh, yuck. Okay. This is not fun anymore. Getting to the point where I'm hitting a brick wall. I think it's the timing as well. Just not having a break for a while sometimes does get to your head. A sharp, G, F sharp. Okay. So this left-hand figure is also dotted that with a 8-note group. Starts on middle C, goes down. That's alright. I'm alright with this run. I like it ends on a G so I can thump out another chord at the bottom. I want it to be higher now. I think this needs to rise. It needs to rise and fall. So I think the progression can rise, but there's going to be things tumbling down. Same idea. Next bar. What chord is this going to be? C7. D7. A full step higher. C7, da 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 dum, da dum, da dum, ba dum, ba dum. D7 with a G sharp 7 on top. I'm not sure. Alright, well, it's only a minute to go till I got it packed, so let's just hear where we've gotten today, and we'll finish our recap on our portfolio, and that will be it. fraction slower, make it sound more massive by slowing down. That's going to be different. Probably don't need that much time there, but let's see. Jeez, that's not fun. That's gonna take a day to fix. So I might do a second episode later today, perhaps. I need to return to tempo 1 as well. Okay, so anyway, that's the big picture of the work. I'm pretty happy with it how it is, but there's a long way to go. I'm just wary that if I just do an hour a day, I probably won't get it by the end of the week. So I might do another run through a bit later today to see if I can make up some ground, because I know that the editing process will take a while. And then the following week I'll learn how to play it and do a performance as well. Alright, I'm gonna catch you then. Thanks for following the trip, and I hope it's been instructional. See you guys.